You hear about it all the time in Forex circles, right? This one strategy, this supposedly simple, rules-based method that promises to tap into one of the most explosive moments of the entire trading day. Of course, I'm talking about the London Breakout. But today, we're going to dig in and find out if the promise actually holds up to reality.
Whoa, okay, let's just pump the brakes for a second. 20 to 30% a month? I mean, that's not a typo. A claim like that is exactly why this strategy gets so much hype. It makes it sound like some kind of magic money machine that just prints cash every single morning.
But you and I both know that old saying, right? If it sounds way too good to be true, it probably is. So is this thing for real? Is it really that easy? Or is there a catch that nobody's talking about? Well, that's what we're here to do. Strip away all that hype and get to the cold, hard truth of the London Breakout.
All right, so before we can bust the myth, we have to understand why it's so powerful in the first place. Let's dive into the core logic, the reason this whole thing looks so good on paper.
It all comes down to timing. Think about it. The Asian trading session is usually pretty quiet. The market kind of consolidates, with prices getting squeezed into this really tight range. It's like a coiled spring, just building up all this potential energy. And the whole idea of the London Breakout is to be right there, ready to pounce at the exact moment that spring gets released and a massive wave of volume hits the market.
And here's where the magic's supposed to happen. Just look at this table. The London open at 7 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Well, the Tokyo session is still going for another 2 hours. Then, later on, the New York session fires up while London is still in full swing. This overlap, this double whammy of liquidity, makes the London session the most volatile part of the trading day. It creates the perfect storm for a huge breakout.
Okay, so the theory is solid, right? You've got a quiet period followed by a huge explosion of volume. Makes sense. But how do you actually trade it? Let's open up the playbook. And this is where the strategy really gets its hooks into people, because the how-to part seems almost ridiculously simple.
And here you have it, the whole thing in 5 steps. First, you just draw a box around the high and low of that sleepy Asian session. Step 2, you just wait. When London opens, you watch for the price to bust out of that box. Step 3, you hit the button. You buy or sell in the direction of that breakout. And then you do the smart stuff. You set your stop loss, your safety net, on the other side of the box, and you aim for a profit that's bigger than what you're risking. I mean, it looks like a simple recipe, doesn't it?
And of course, people have tweaked the recipe over the years. The standard method is to jump in on that very first move. But there's another version, the 2-hour strategy. This one's for the more patient trader. You let all that initial morning chaos settle down, and then you draw your box around the first 2 hours of the London session. The goal is to catch a more confirmed, more reliable move.
Okay, so far so good. The theory is compelling, the rules seem simple, but now we have to pivot to the most important part of this whole thing. It's time for a reality check. And right here, this is the moment of truth. This is where that beautiful theory smacks right into the wall of cold, hard data. Because look, anyone can look back at a chart and find a perfect breakout that worked. But what happens when you test it mechanically, over thousands and thousands of trades, with no human bias?
And here's the answer. This data from quantifiedstrategies.com is like a bucket of ice water to the face. They tested a simple rule on the euro-dollar. Just buy the breakout above the Asian high. And look at these results. No matter what time they got out of the trade over almost 1,200 times, the average result was a small but consistent loss. Just let that sink in for a minute. The simple mechanical version of this strategy, the one that gets sold as a get-rich-quick scheme, actually loses money over the long run.
And this right here is a huge piece of the puzzle. Even the biggest advocates for this strategy will admit you're only going to win about 50 to 55% of the time. That is basically a coin flip. So you have to ask, how is it even possible to make money? Well, it all comes down to making sure your wins are much, much bigger than your losses. If your wins and losses are the same size, with a coin flip win rate, you're just going to break even and pay your broker for the privilege.
And the problems don't stop there. The biggest trap is what they call a false breakout. The price just pokes its head out of the box, tricking you into jumping in, and then it slams right back in the other direction, hitting your stop loss. The very same volatility that you're trying to profit from can whip you around and cause huge losses. Not to mention, trading costs can go way up right at the open. And if some big news story breaks, forget it. All your pretty lines on the chart become useless. This is absolutely not a walk in the park.
All right, let's bring this all home. We've seen the incredible hype, and we've seen the pretty harsh reality. So, what do you do with this information? What's the real takeaway here?
So here's the thing. The takeaway isn't that this strategy is just garbage. It's that the simple, paint-by-numbers version of it is broken. To have any chance of making this work, you have to treat it like a serious tool, not a lottery ticket. That means doing your own homework. Backtest it on the currency pair you want to trade. Practice it on a demo account until you're blue in the face. And most importantly, have strict risk management on every single trade. The real secret is that the pros don't use this strategy in a vacuum. They combine it with other things, like maybe only taking trades that are moving in the same direction as the bigger overall market trend.
So that leaves us with this final thought. Is the London breakout just a flawed myth, a story that sounds great but doesn't work in the real world? Or is it more like a sharp chisel? A simple tool, yeah, but in the hands of a beginner, it's useless, maybe even dangerous. But in the hands of a skilled craftsman, someone with discipline and good judgment, it can be used to create something amazing. The data suggests it's not the strategy that fails, it's how the trader uses it. So the real question isn't whether the strategy works, it's what kind of trader are you going to be?